What's good YouTube, Akil here, back with another video, and today is a very special day because today is officially launch day for FlipNarrative.com. Now for those of you that aren't familiar, I was telling you guys that my wife and I started a wine company. It almost seems like maybe 5 or 10 years at this point, but it's only been a couple of years considering the fact that of course the wine had to age and sit in the barrels for a while. So we've been doing a ton of behind the scenes work. That's why I was doing so many trips kind of last minute, going back and forth to California just to kind of get everything in order. And of course my wife is pregnant now too, so we have a lot of stuff just kind of, just a lot of things going on right now. But like I said, today is officially launch day for FlipNarrative.com, and in my previous video I told you guys that we were kind of just waiting on a couple last minute things to get finalized, but I'll make sure I put the link in the description of this video and of course that previous video I put out for you guys for those of you that are interested in fine wine. But let me just show you guys the bottles, the logo, and just share some of the varietals that we have currently at the moment. Alright y'all, so here you have it. Flip Narrative is the name of our wine company, and so far we have a Sauvignon Blanc for 2020 and a Rosé of Pinot Noir. So these are the two that we have available right now, and we're also going to have a Pinot Noir drop in later this fall as well. That just needs to age a little bit longer and sit in the bottles, kind of just do its thing before we're ready to serve that. So for those of you that are more familiar with wine, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But like I said, FlipNarrative.com is official. Website is up, so check it out if you guys are interested. But without further ado, let's check out today's trip to the thrift. Alright y'all, so I usually start off all my trip to the thrifts in the shoe section, but as soon as I walked into this Goodwill, I saw this pair of Oakley snowboarding pants, and I usually always get at least $50 for these snowboarding pants. I would usually get a little more during the fall and the winter, so I'm probably just going to price mine on the higher end and just kind of wait until the right buyer comes along when the value on these kind of get a little higher, but definitely going to grab those up. Next up, this was a vest, and I don't know why this was in the Halloween section. I guess somebody thought this was a costume, but somebody's gonna buy this from me for sure. I sold a similar Scully vest for like $60 a few months ago, and once we get into the fall, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get maybe $50 to $60 for this as well. I usually hate when they put the tag in the clothing. It sometimes damages it, but I'm still gonna take a chance on that. So in the shoe section now, came up on this pair of Jordan 4 breads. This is actually a youth size. I think this was a 2.5Y, and they were asking $20 for this one, which is kind of pricey, but of course they knew it was a Jordan 4, so they priced it on the higher end. But personally, I'm definitely gonna have to grab this one up. I don't find too many good Jordans in youth sizes, and I should be able to get at least $60 for this in this condition. So this was an amazing find. I find a ton of Rock Band guitars. I probably find maybe 2 or 3 of these a week, but I never find dongles. Literally never found a dongle in the thrift before, so coming up on 2 of these at one time was amazing. And here was just one of these PlayStation Eyes. I think it's called, like basically just a PlayStation camera. It works with a few games. I usually get $20 for those, and I've sold those maybe 10 times in the past, so it's just a nice little thing to sell in the store. But on top of finding the dongles, came up on 2 of these Rock Band guitars for the PlayStation 3. I think it's PlayStation 2 compatible as well, but definitely grabbing these up. These were in really, really good condition. I wish it had the strap, because having the strap adds a little more value to these, but at the end of the day, I still gotta grab this up. So clearly someone gave up on their entire Rock Band collection, because here are the drums for Rock Band, and I usually always pass on the drums because for some reason I don't know why, I just usually would see it in the thrift and just pass on it. So for this particular time I checked the comps, and these are selling for like $80 to $120, and this, as you guys can see, it's brand new in the box, so I'm definitely gonna grab this one up. I'll probably put it together, make sure everything is in there, but I still gotta grab that up for sure. So next up, came up on this PS4 controller, but as you guys can see, not in the best condition, and they were asking $10 for this. And usually when I see PS4 controllers, they have a lot of stick drift, so I'm just passed on that. But here was something I got to take a chance on. They had this Xbox controller S, which is basically for the original Xbox, and they had a few of them. So some of them was in better condition than others, but they were all missing that, I think it's called the breakaway USB cable. They were just missing that. So I'm going to pass on those 2 controllers. If it was the big Duke controller, which is literally just a really big Xbox controller, if it was that one, I probably would have grabbed it up. But this green one should bring in a decent amount of value still, even without that snap away cable. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that one up. So this was another good controller I came up on. This was a PS3 controller, and I never saw this one in this color before. So definitely going to take a chance on this. Hopefully it works and there's no stick drift or anything like that. But like I said, hopefully that works. So next was this wireless Mac controller. As soon as I seen this, I got excited until I realized it was missing some keys. So for that reason, I'm going to pass on it. Of course, you could probably still sell this for parts, but I try to limit the amount of broken items that I sell in my store. Sometimes it's some stuff that I just can't test, but if it's really just broken like that, I tend to pass on it. I was hoping I could find some of those Microsoft keyboards, but there were none to be found in that pile. So this was a really cool find. This was the Neat Desk scanner. I guess you can like scan business cards and any of your business documents and just kind of have them stored on your computer. I sold a few of these in the past. They usually bring in about 50 bucks. And as you guys can see, this one does have some sun damage, so that might affect the price a little bit. But I'm gonna still take a chance on this because they priced this super cheap and it still included the box and it had the power cable and everything. So I might as well just take a chance on that. Now, this was crazy. I don't know if this even works. Usually when I see Goodwill, that Goodwill sticker on an item, that for some reason that's like a red flag to me because it just kind of makes the item stand out. But for 25 bucks for a PS3 Slim, I think it's worth it, because even if it doesn't work, I'll still be able to sell it for maybe 50 bucks. So I'll technically be able to double up, because with that 20% off coupon, I'll be getting this for about 20. And I just found that PS3 controller as well. So hopefully I can put all of those together. So next up was this Epson printer. This was more like a scanner / copier. Really dope. I really wasn't sure what this was. I was kind of tinkering with it a lot in the store. And once I typed in to check the comps of this, I was literally blown away. These are selling for like 80 to 100 bucks. And of course, the good thing is it has the power supply attached to it as well. I'm always talking about power supplies because anytime I'm in most of my Goodwills, I got to try to find the power supply or just pick the item up and find the power supply the next day. But anytime it's attached, that's usually a good sign for me. Next up is this Sirius XM radio, and I've sold a few of these in the past. Some just sell better than others. It all depends on the model. This model in particular, the Onyx Easy, this one is selling for right around 30 to 40 bucks, especially since it's brand new. As you guys can see, it's still factory sealed. So I'll probably sell mine as new other, because I'm going to have to open this up and make sure it's all there, but definitely a good find nonetheless. So I don't sell a ton of video games, but anytime I'm in the video game section, I try to look for certain titles because some of these have some value. And that one in particular was selling for like 40 bucks. This one might be selling closer to 20. And I think this Metroid Prime is probably selling closer to maybe 10 or 15. In this thrift store, the games are super expensive, so I hate even looking at them, but I like to bundle some games with actual systems. And I have a ton of Wiis in my inventory right now, at least 5 or 6 different Wii consoles. So I'm going to just add those and probably sell those DBZ games separately. So this find was super ironic. Like I told you guys earlier in the video, we officially launched FlipNarrative.com. So our wine business is up and running now. And to come up on something like this is almost like good luck. So definitely going to have to grab this one up. And I'm pretty sure my wife would appreciate something like this. So I'll grab this for her. So checked out some of the shoes, and one of the guys was putting out the shoes and he brought this to my attention. He said, check out some of the Jordans we have. And as soon as I saw the price, oh my God. So definitely not going to be getting this. That's just going to go right back on the shelf, because even retail, I don't even think these shoes retail for 100 bucks. So passing on those. But this is a great example of just being more knowledgeable on certain brands, because Fin Comfort sells for a ton of profit. And this is just one of those shoes that most thrift stores aren't aware of. And most people that's like sorting the shoes, they just, price this super cheap. So definitely going to grab this one up, and hopefully this sells for at least, I'm thinking 70 to 80 bucks in this condition. I've sold some of their shoes in the past. It doesn't sell super fast, but it always brings in a decent amount of profit. So this was the other pair of Jordans the guy was telling me about. Oh, damn. But they also price these very, very expensive. I don't even know what number Jordan this is. I think this is just a pair of Team Jordans, so definitely not going to waste any time or effort on that. Just putting that back on the shelf. So this was another really good find. Came up on this older Logitech mouse, and anytime I find brand new and sealed, like older technology, I always take a chance on it. And this one, surprisingly, is still selling for like 50 bucks. There's not a ton of comps out there. There are only 2 sold in the last 90 days, but I'm gonna still grab this up. Alright y'all, that's all I have for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also I'm going to be bringing back these live shows. I'm actually going to be doing one with my wife pretty soon, either tomorrow or maybe later on this week. But stay tuned for that, because we definitely just want to talk more about the wine and just kind of share some of the backstory with you guys, because I've been sharing this side of the entrepreneurial journey with you guys in terms of the reselling, but Flip Narrative is definitely more of a family business. So I'm definitely super excited to kind of share some of that with you guys as well. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
For the winner, cause you felt like you was losing, only for the winner. Move just to keep from cooling, like only for the winner, only for the winner, only for the winner. Boy, my heart is cold, and I'm too cool to sweat it. I should've never offered it. I'm tight and now I'm off this shit.